Prime Minister de Wever, of course, Europe's under pressure from two sides. Russia, but also we have Donald Trump arriving tomorrow, demanding Greenland part of a European Union country.
I noticed.
Yeah. So the question, the people keep asking me in the corridors, do you think Europe will stay united? A lot of people saying, you know, Europe's going to fold in the end. That's what they do. Europe won't be able to push back. How confident are you that Europe can, as von der Leyen said, stay united, proportional, and respond?
It's a very good question, actually. I wonder about this myself. We're under a lot of pressure. We're 27 countries. And if you're under pressure, two things can happen. If you have outside pressure, you can come together or you can explode in any possible direction. And I think Europe is at a crossroads where it has to decide. Until now, we tried to appease the new president in the White House. We were very lenient, also with the tariffs. We were lenient, hoping to get his support for the Ukraine war. We are in a very bad position at the moment. We're dependent on the United States, so we chose to be lenient. But now so many red lines are being crossed that you have the choice between your self-respect. Being a happy vassal is one thing, being a miserable slave is something else. If you back down now, you're going to lose your dignity. And that's probably the most precious thing you can have in a democracy. It's your dignity. So we should unite, and we should say to Donald Trump, I'm going to meet him tomorrow. The meeting was fixed before the Greenland issue. So
looking forward to it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward. The king will accompany me on the... I'm looking at the queen who's sitting in the front row. Our king will accompany me at the meeting, but it will have a different character than we had planned. It will probably be the message that we have to send. You're crossing red lines here. We either stand together or we will stand divided. And if we are divided, there is the end of an era of 80 years of Atlantism is really drawing to a close. And, you know, as Gramsci said, if the old is dying and the new is not yet born, you live in a time of monsters. Yeah. And it's up to him to decide if he wants to be a monster, yes or no.
Here's Europe. We say we're going to do this big thing, and then we all sit around arguing, and then we do a little thing, and everybody says, oh, look, they can't get it together.
I'm going to try to be a little bit optimistic. Otherwise, it's going to be a very depressing session here. At the end of the day, we decided to aid Ukraine with 90 billion euros. And that was the thing we had to do, keep Ukraine in the fight, because the United States is no longer supporting them. They're on their own. It's not looking good. Was Europe able to say, we're going to do whatever it takes to keep you in the fight? And at the end, we did. The way in which we did it, the discussions we had, maybe are not an example of the best governance you can imagine, but at the end of the day, there was a result. But of course, we are in a bad position. We didn't do our homework. We stayed believing in the United West, but the writing was already on the wall when Obama said, I'm the first Pacific president. The burden shift from the United States towards China. We chose to ignore it and to keep enjoying the peace dividend. We didn't rearm. We didn't strengthen ourselves. Now we're in a weak position. But I think, having said that, that we made a choice to support Ukraine. Only we learned a lesson the hard way with the Euroclear and the reparation loan debate that there is no such thing as free money. There's nothing like the Alibaba cave that opens and you can simply take the gold and get away with it. That was an illusion that existed for a few months at the European table, but I think we managed to put an end to it for the moment.
Jelajahi cara baru mendapatkan informasi. Download MetroTV Extend sekarang.